All right, guys and girls, let's talk about guys. Aging isn't just a women's conversation anymore. More men than ever are stepping into the world of aesthetic medicine, Botox, fillers, laser treatments, skincare. Yep, it is happening. The days of just aging naturally or aging like a rugged cowboy are fading. Men want to look refreshed, not done, and the stigma is disappearing fast. So why the change? What's driving this shift? What treatments are guys actually getting? Well, that is the topic of today's podcast. So stay tuned. We are going to jump into all about the treatments that men are getting, why they're getting them, and what can be done. So first of all, let's talk about the mindset. Self-care is no longer, quote, just for women. More men realize that looking good makes them feel good. And when you feel good, you perform better in work, in life, in social situations. And this, of course, has effects then on your life in general. Social media, Zoom calls, dating apps, guys are actually more aware of their looks than ever. And no one wants to look tired, angry, or past their prime. There's also a shift here with regards to celebrities, Hollywood A-listers, athletes, even CEOs. More men are subtly refreshing their appearance. They're generally not walking around admitting to Botox, but if you look closely, the evidence is there. The whole aging like George Clooney thing, well, it turns out that George Clooney probably has a great aesthetic doctor. So this is all about confidence. It's all about feeling good in your skin. And these treatments are things that we can do to help men to feel that way. So in today's workforce, when it comes to career and confidence, looking sharp and energized does matter. Whether it's boardroom competition, job interviews, professional presence, guys don't want to appear exhausted. It's not about trying to look 25 again if you are 50, but it's about staying in the game and looking the best that you possibly can at your age and at your stage in your life. So let's talk about what are some of the aesthetic treatments that men actually are getting. Well, the most common one is neuromodulator, neurotoxin, or Botox, sometimes known as Brotox when it comes to men. This definitely is the number one treatment for men, and it's often the first aesthetic treatment that men will consider getting. I'm seeing it in my practice. More and more men are coming in. They want to have the lines on their face, the wrinkles softened. They want to have the frown line softened so they don't look angry. They want to have the forehead line softened. They want to have the crow's feet line softened, the lines along the sides of the eyes. But to be clear, soften doesn't mean frozen. It means looking well rested, looking a little bit younger, and a little bit more energized. The nice thing about this particular treatment, the Botox treatment, is that it is quick, there is no real downtime, and you get natural results if it's done right. Now, another treatment that is gaining popularity among men is dermal fillers. This is all about definition, not puffiness. Men like to have a chiseled jawline, under eye corrections, goodbye to those dark circles, fix that sunken or tired look without making anything look really, really obvious. And an important thing to note here is that when you are going for filler treatments, if you are a man or if you are a woman, there are certain facial features that tend to be more masculine or more feminine. And so if you are looking for a treatment that is going to maintain some masculinity or enhance masculinity, then it's very important that you see a practitioner that understands that. I'll give you a very concrete example of this, just one example. When we look at the chin, women tend to have more narrow chins. In fact, if you look at the width of a, quote, ideal chin, in a woman, it's about the width of the nose, roughly. When you look at the chin for a man, the chin tends to be a little bit more wide, a little bit more squared off, having a little bit more angles, and it tends to be a little bit more along the lines of the size of the mouth. And so this is something that is very important when you're looking at chin filler, for example. Another area that men are indeed getting treatments for is when it comes to their skin damage. They can get laser and skin treatments just as women can, and this can help with sun damage, pigmentation, acne scars. Lasers are a real game changer here. As well, there is microneedling, radio frequency microneedling for skin tightening, and this can help to firm up the skin without surgery. Of course, there is medical grade skincare, which is very useful for keeping the skin looking as vibrant and healthy and youthful as possible. Yes, guys, you do need more than just soap. Another very common area for men to get treatments is with regards to hair restoration. And we have a number of treatments that we can provide at our clinic. In addition to various types of medications, there's also PRP therapy. This is a platelet-rich plasma, which is a therapy, a treatment in which we do a blood draw from the patient. We spin that down. We take the platelet-rich plasma or the growth factor-rich plasma, the part of the blood that has all these growth hormones, these stimulants, these rich proteins that help to stimulate hair growth naturally. And we take that and we inject that into the scalp in the areas where we want the hair growth. There's another treatment that we have, which is an ultrasound. It's a device that is used on the head, and using various types of medications, or again, PRP, or various types of hair growth solutions, we can use the ultrasound to drive those substances into the scalp to the root of the hair, where the hair can then be enhanced by that. Thick hair can take years off a man's appearance, and this is something that, again, I'm seeing very often in the clinic these days with people coming in who want to have their hair growth enhanced. Finally, one other area that we are pleased to offer at Anti-Aging Medical and Laser is with regards to sexual health enhancements. Now, yes, we do offer treatments for sexual dysfunction. So this would include things like erectile dysfunction, where we can do PRP injections into the penis. We can also provide a different type of ultrasound, which can encourage blood growth in the penis as well. However, we also provide cosmetic enhancement from a sexual health perspective for men. I actually had a man come in recently with his wife, and we were chatting, and his wife had made the comment that she was fortunate and felt really great about having her breasts enhanced, and now this was her chance for her husband to have some enhancement for his sexual health. And so we talked about doing some enhancements. Things that we can do for guys include increasing the flaccid length of the penis through neurotoxin, through Botox. And we can also increase the girth of the penis through filler treatments. And we can quite nicely enhance the penis so that men feel more confident. And interestingly, I see men from all different ages. I see men from all different sexual orientations. I see men who are at different stages in their lives. But the common thread is that with this treatment, similar to other treatments I've discussed already, is it's all about confidence and feeling better about themselves. So what are the biggest concerns that men have about aesthetic treatments? Well, one of the fears is the fear of looking fake or done. Most guys don't want anyone to know that they've had work. And the key is having subtle, natural enhancements, working with a provider who understands male aesthetics. Pain and downtime are sometimes things that people are worried about. Most treatments have minimal discomfort and little to no downtime. Most of the things that I've discussed can be done over a lunch break, and then the gentleman can go back to work or the gym the same day. Now, there are some exceptions to that, but nevertheless, most treatments are relatively quick. The other thing that comes up sometimes is the stigma and the feeling of, or the question of, is this too vain? Well, everybody has a limit. And if you think about this, if you go to the gym, if you eat healthy, is that because you want to be healthy? And if it is, that's absolutely fantastic. And I think that's amazing. Take this a step further. Why do most people want to dress well? Is that because it makes them healthy? Or is it because they want to look good? And if they want to look good, why is that? Most often it's because they want to feel and act confident. And so there's a line. Why stop there? If you had some Botox injections, would that help you to feel more youthful? Would it help you to look better? Would it help you to feel more confident? And that can be extended to any of the treatments that I've talked about here. So it's an interesting discussion. There's no right answers here, but it is something to think about. Taking care of your skin and your face is essentially another form of self-improvement. And so final thoughts. More men are realizing aesthetics isn't just about vanity. It's about confidence, self-care, staying sharp. The best aesthetic work is invisible. People should notice you look better but not why you look better. And now in 2025, guys, if you're curious, there's zero reason to feel weird about it anymore. Have questions, come on in, chat with me. Happy to meet you and love to hear your thoughts. As always, you're free to reach out to me on Instagram as well at Dr. Teri Fisher, DrTeriFisher, and happy to chat with you there as well. Come on in, look me up at Anti-Aging Medical and Laser. And if you haven't subscribed to this podcast, please do so. Share it with some other guys that you think might be interested in hearing this. And I look forward to chatting with you again really soon. Take care.